Hey, what's up everyone, my name is Evan, and in today's tutorial we're going to learn how to align items inside of Notion. Because I know that a lot of you have watched my tutorials and you have seen those beautifully designed and aligned items inside of Notion and all the pages and all that thing, and you want to make something similar. So without any further ado, let's get into it. Now, the first method that we have today is called the simple drag and drop. This is the simplest way that you can align an item inside of Notion. So we're just going to click on this button that I have created previously, which I can insert colors. And we have red, blue, green, and yellow. Okay, so this very first method consists on this. I want to go into the left side of any of my colors, let's say the blue one, and I want to put it on the left side of the red, let's say. So I'm just going to drag it, put it on the left side, and you can see that there's a small blue bar that tells you that that item is going to go there. So we're just going to drag it, and we're just going to release our mouse, in my case my trackpad, and as you can see, it has put the two items, the red and the blue, inside of two columns, separate columns, and there you have them aligned. Now, what about if you want to do it for the green as well? What about if you want to have three columns? So we'll do the same. We'll just go and grab the green, drag it on the side of the blue, just leave it up there, and that's it. Let's say that you want to put the yellow on the right side of the red. So we'll just do the same, drag it, and that's it. And what about if we want to create a list? Well, as you can see, if we want to create a list, it will put the red at the very bottom, but it will not occupy any columns. So we'll just go and drag it and put it inside each of the columns that we want to put it into. Let's say that I want to put red below red and yellow below yellow. So this is the first method. The second method is what I like to call the let the keyboard do it for you. This one is a little bit simpler. It's the one that you want to go for if you have something in mind already. So let's just get into it. Now we want to insert our colors, and the way to do this is to type. I want to type slash, which is Shift-7 on Mac, and then I want to type two columns, for example. And as you can see, the Notion app already suggests me this option, so I just hit enter, two columns, and there I have separated two separate columns that I can drag and put this into, also this one, and that's it. But what about if I want three? You can do the same thing, Shift and let's say three columns, and it'll automatically let you do the option right here. So I'll just take the green from here, the yellow, and let's take the red, why not, and let's put it here in the middle. And there you see that we have created another column of aligned items. Now let's go into step number 3. A lot of you might have already seen my latest video on how to add a border to a text inside of Notion, and many of you will be wondering, okay, what if I want to do the same thing, put 3 or 2 columns inside of that same border? Because it's not as simple as it seems. Inside of Notion, you have to do some working around it in order for it to work. So we're just gonna get into it. Okay, as you can see, we have a couple of colors here as before, and then we have 2 images. This is a thumbnail for my latest video. If you haven't watched it yet, you can go and click on the link right here. So, okay, it will be very simple for us just to drag the blue inside of the box, and then the green, put it on one side, but as you might see, it doesn't let us do it. It will just put the green aside from the box and not in the box. So if we try to do it with the red, it'll do the same thing. It will not let us put it inside it. So now, how do we accomplish this? Well, the way to do it is to do the same thing on the method number 2, which is just to click on the blue, and then we're gonna type 2 columns. Right now, the blue is going to split and move into one column on the left, and then it will let us take the green and put it on the right of the column. And that's it. It's just as simple as that. But let's say that you want to do this for images. You want to have a pile of images divided into columns. Like on the left, you want to have one image, and on the right, you want to have another image, and there's 2 lists of images. And now you might be thinking of applying the method number 2 technique, which is just clicking on here and typing 2 columns. But surprise, it doesn't let you do it. It says that there's no result. So how can we do this? How can we put 2 images inside of 2 different columns? Or is it even possible? Well, let me tell you, there's a way to do it. So this is how we're going to combine the method number 2 and the method number 1. So we're just going to click on here, type enter, and we're just going to type here slash 2 columns like this, and then once we have created the 2 columns, we're going to drag the image, drag it on one side, and then the other image, drag it onto the another. And now we have 2 columns of images. But what if we want to have 3 columns? What do I have to do? Do I have to just type /3 columns and put the images again on there? Well, no, because now it is simpler than ever. You just go to the image that you want to include and you drag it and put it on the side. And now you can see that it lets us do the first method that I showed you. Now, since you have 2 columns already, Notion can interpret your actions, and it actually knows that, okay, he has already 2 columns, so the very next thing that he wants to do maybe is to create another 3rd column. And that's it. That's how simple it is to align items in Notion. If you like this video, please give it a like and subscribe if you want to see more content like this. And as always, stay patient because your prophecy is unfolding. Mwah.